big part of snowmobiling nowadays is just getting to the snow. Even now, here in Eastern Ontario, it's the end of February and there's nothing to ride here. So we got to chase the snow down. And to do that, we need a truck.
We all like our toys here, so we all like to snowmobile, motorcycle, even go on track days. So trucks are very important in terms of towing, in terms of moving all your toys around. I find it definitely an advantage for us being the truck guys. Why that is we can take our enthusiasm and knowledge that we do on a day-to-day basis in terms of towing, in terms of hooking up a trailer, trailering, because what we do is we take our enthusiasm and knowledge that we do on a regular basis outside of work, and we can portray that to the customer. The F-150 is the best-selling truck in Canada for the last 52 years. That being said, every truck has different things that it does better. Our truck, why it does so well in terms of towing and everything like that, is its payload capacity. We are bar none the highest payload capacity in the industry. And what that does is it gives the customer the choice of not only pulling a trailer, but also having a lot of payload in terms of if I'm taking 4 snowmobiles, I can actually put 4 good-sized guys into a truck. Not saying that the other trucks don't do that, but instead of not taking 4 snowmobiles, you might be able to take 2 snowmobiles and 2 people, where the Ford F-150's payload capacity will actually give you the capacity of taking 4 or 5 snowmobiles and taking 4 or 5 good-sized guys with all their equipment. So the big misconception around the automotive industry is that a truck is a truck. A truck is not a truck. Every truck has its own weight capacity. So you might have 2 trucks absolutely identical to each other. One's an XLT F-150, one's a Lariat F-150. Both with 373 gears, both have 5-liter V8s. Just because that 5-liter Lariat and that 5-liter XLT are exactly the same truck, the Lariat has more features in it. So the Lariat's actually going to have more actual curb weight. Now the curb weight takes away from your GVWR. Well, your GVWR is basically your gross vehicle weight rating. So that means payload and the weight of the truck. If I've got a 5,000-pound Lariat, if I've got a 4,500-pound XLT, both spec'd exactly the same with a GVWR of 7,050 pounds, the XLT is going to pull more than that Lariat just because of the curb weight. Because of the curb weight of the XLT being lighter than the Lariat, the XLT will pull more. For that guy that is pulling a lot of toys and is pulling a trailer with up to 5 sleds, having a full truck full of people as well, most important thing what I would do is try and spec the truck out a little bit more than what he's towing. And why that is you're getting into maintenance. If you're maxing a truck out, what's going to happen is you're going to have your wheels and tires are going to tow out, and what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot quicker wear on your inside of your tires. Your truck actually is not going to be properly sitting on the ground, which means basically your tires and wheels are going to start towing out because there's too much weight on there. You are maximizing the truck's ability, which it will do it, but you're going to start seeing as the maintenance is going to get a lot higher. Your tires are going to wear quicker, your tie rods are going to go quicker, your brakes are going to overheat, and a lot of the maintenance stuff you're going to start seeing, you're going to have to be in service a lot more. So what I would do for a person that is getting close to that maximum, I would make sure that the truck will pull actually a little bit more and has a little more payload than what the customer actually needs. So the Ford F-150 at its absolute most with the EcoBoost motor will pull up to 13,200 pounds. Predominantly you are going to see kind of that 10,000 pound mark. That's kind of going to be across the board in terms of Ford, in terms of some of the other manufacturers as well. But the upper echelons of the towing capacity is up to 13,200 pounds. What we like to do here is we like to spec the truck properly for the customer. So that being said, if you are pulling 13,000 pounds, if your payload capacity on the truck is okay, in terms of I'm pulling 13,000 pounds, but my pin weight on my actual trailer is only 10% because I'm using weight distributing hitches, then the F-150 is more than capable of it. Once you start putting 15–20% pin weight, not using weight distributing hitches, and putting all that payload on that pin, then the F-250, 350 would be a much better use for you. So 250 and a 350 are actually the identical truck. The only difference in a 250 and a 350 is the amount of leaf springs in the rear. Other than that, and your truck is absolutely identical. Your frame's identical, your cab's identical. The only truck that you go to a completely different frame and a completely different weight capacity would be the 450. The 450 is in a class of its own, but the 250 and 350 are actually identical trucks except for their gross vehicle weight rating and their springs. So the F-250 will start at around 13,000 pounds, but a much greater payload capacity up to 3,000 pounds. From there, you're going to move, obviously there is a gas and a diesel. The diesel will pull considerably more because it's got diesel exhaust brake. It's got a lot more features that will help you properly tow. You can go on up to the echelons of the F-450 and pull up to 32,500 pounds with a properly equipped gooseneck trailer. Again, you're not purchasing a tin can here. You're purchasing an expensive vehicle that you need to either A, pull your toys, and B, keep you safe while you're pulling. So if the truck doesn't do what you need it to do, never settle on a truck.